Rainbow Six Vegas 2 will take you before the first game and will actually finish the story at the end. We really wanted to make sure that we had a good build up to the story. Also, we really worked on the story a lot so that it's a lot more engaging now. You'll get to see why the events in Vegas happened, what happened while the team was working around inside other locations, and then you'll actually get to go to the end of the Vegas story to really come to an exciting action-packed conclusion. We knew that the Vegas story wasn't over when we made the first one. We always had in mind that we wanted to do something else with it, but we took our time to make sure that we got the right idea. So when we figured out every feature we wanted, every new story twist, and how to end the story especially, we started working on the sequel, and now we're almost done with Vegas 2. The story is going to start off a little bit before Vegas, so you're going to get a good idea for why certain things are in motion, and right from the start you're going to be privy to some information that is going to make a lot more sense after having played Vegas. And then the story is going to progress up to a point where Vegas 1 left off. I won't talk about the ending in case somebody wants to play the game right now, which they should, but you will get to see why the ending was that way in the first game, why it sort of left you a little bit on your appetite and you wanted a bit more, and you get to that conclusion, everything starts to make sense, and I do have to say that it is one of the most satisfying endings in a game ever. One of the really big things in Rainbow Six Vegas 2 is the fact that the PEC mode is now present in single player as well as multiplayer. This is true for online and offline. For the first time, you can create and customize your character, and everything is going to follow through no matter how you play the game. This is something that we really cared a lot in the first game that we couldn't actually make work for the first installment, and this definitely makes the sequel very, very exciting. So whether you're playing with your friends, even if you don't finish a game completely, you're still going to keep everything that you earned. So we're really excited about that. We have a really exciting new reward system in the game called the ACES. It stands for Advanced Combat Enhancement Specialization. It's a really cool acronym that is called ACES. Sounds Vegas, but also it's very military. What this whole thing is it's actually a system that rewards you when you play in a tactical way. Now, people always say Rainbow Six is a thinking man shooter, it's a tactical game, but what does that really mean? And this is what that system helps you understand while rewarding you. So there's words that get tossed around like marksmanship, snipers, CQB, assault. What does it all mean? So when you're playing the game and you perform a certain action, it gives you a reward. For example, if you were to do a headshot with a sniper rifle, you will get points as a marksman. So you'll understand that that was a marksmanship action. So this reward system helps you understand how you play yourself, and it rewards you by giving you weapons that favor that playstyle. So if you're not too sure what kind of player you are, you don't know if you actually are a CQB player, well, the game is going to tell you by showing you all of that information in the game while rewarding you. It's also important to note that this stuff can all be turned off in the new HUD if you're not too interested in seeing it, but for people that want to understand what the tactical game is, that's really an interesting tool. First of all, one of the very big improvements over Vegas 1 is the fact that the game looks a lot better. This sounds very superficial, but we have a lot more memory to play with, so the game looks a lot better. Also, we worked a lot more on the story. It feels a lot more realistic this time around. The story on Vegas felt like it was very interesting, but it kind of felt like it was going on and you were sort of parallel to it. In Vegas 2, you're actually very much in the story. You're going to meet the characters that speak in the story. You're going to be alongside them at times. You'll even see another part of Rainbow that's going to be in a mission with you. So there's all these NPCs, there's all these people. It feels very alive and very interactive. So the story is not necessarily darker, but it's a lot more emotional. You're going to care a lot more about the hostages. The situations are really going to make you understand how serious everything is in the game. The game will last for about 6 to 11 hours depending on the playstyle of the person. This can vary because we're still tweaking a little bit difficulty and certain levels, but the game is very long. It actually feels a little bit bigger than the first Vegas. The game has been in development for about 15 months now, so a lot more than a year. It's a really exciting project. People have been working really hard. We've had really long nights, especially recently, but the game is really coming along nicely, and we think that it's going to be a really exciting sequel.